Alright guys, before we get into this week's first video of the series, I'm going to call, I think, Disney DSA Club Conquest Week in Review, something like that. I was still thinking about the name. I apologize, in my first video, or the first two parts of this video were actually cut out, so basically it's just me going over like the tactics of me going through the mindset of what I'm going into this week, the team I'm playing. Kind of goes into the first video that I did about Club Conquest strategies, but I apologize for that. Anyways, let's just get into this video, and I think when I start off this video, it's going to be like, I think, day one, so it's going to go straight into it. But don't worry, this coming week's, next week's video is going to be a lot better. I'm going to make sure everything is recorded. I'm going to have my mic unmuted. So I did record the footage, but it was muted. My mic was muted on accident, so I apologize for that. So anyways, let's just get into this video, and I'll see you guys in the rest of this video. Alright, this is like a little quick. Hi guys, this is like a little quick mid-game check-in. So about 3 hours have passed since we last saw, and as you can see, we've kind of flip-flop. We had, at one point we actually had all these towers here, but then I don't know, I guess people were asleep or something and they didn't refill it, and I was spreading my teams pretty thin, so it's kind of what happened. Our leaders are not really being active right now, so I don't know what's really happening, to be honest. So I don't know, I might ask them if I could be a leader so that I could really do better strategic planning and stuff like that. Anyways, we are still moving towards these pods over here, these towers. But it's just like a quick little 1 or 2 minute check-in to see what we're doing. We're probably going to be able to reclaim all these over here, and this red team is just not getting anything done because they need to be connected to their main tower and they're not, unfortunately. Well, I mean, good for us, not good for them. But anyways, we'll see you guys in the next part of this video, probably closer to the last hour or so of this game. So anyways, that's what we have so far, and we'll see you guys in the next part of this video. Alright guys, so we are back. There's about like 30 minutes left in the actual event. So I'm just gonna check in on how we're doing. I pretty much exhausted the teams I really needed to use, and there's no point for me really to fight anymore, because as you can see, we already have about a 10,000 point advantage, and we have a 6 point per minute advantage. And I'll just kind of go over how this really unfolded. So at first, we had almost pretty much everything here except, I believe, 812 or something like that. I think we may have had pretty much everything here after that midpoint 8 hours ago. And now we have controlled pretty much this sector. As you can see, we're like I told you guys earlier, we were pushing forward in threes. That's just kind of the mindset we're looking forward. The red team kind of tried to push back, but they just didn't have much ground, and their team's not very active, and they've pretty much exhausted a lot of their good teams, so they're not really a threat. You can see they only have 2 points a minute, which is nothing. Now this green team, obviously they do have some strong teams and stuff like that, but again, they also have kind of exhausted some other teams as well, because they did a pretty fast attack in the beginning. Ironically, they didn't even try to attack these points at all. They're trying to go from the side here, I think, and trying to capture these points, which is understandable because it's a lot easier, but at the same time, they're just going to exhaust their stuff, because we have some we still, if you look at our defenses here, we still, not mine, here we still have some significant amount of good teams. We have a handful of very powerful teams, but at this point in a Club Conquest, especially where our teams are at in terms of summoner score, I don't know our current numbers in summoner score, but I'm estimating it's somewhere around the maybe 2 million, 2.5, maybe 3 million mark. I could be exaggerating that a little bit, but maybe closer to 1.5 or 2 million. Anything above an 1800 team is still pretty strong in my opinion at this point. Anything above a 16, 17, 1800 team, those are pretty strong to put as defenses at this point. And a good tactic to do is put your good teams as your main defense here, but then once you move forward, save those really strong teams, because what we can do is what we did here. We put some decently strong teams and we put a 2800 team. Not many people on when you matchmake are not going to have good teams at that point. That's strong enough teams to take out something like a 2800 team. And if you look over here, we also have some 2200, 2300 teams, and another 2800, pretty much 2900 team. Sorry, I feel like sneezing. I did. But as you can see, only the leaders can do this, like red type of thing. What it would look like if you're a leader, there's something here. It says like pretty much like emphasizes this tower or something like that. And what we're doing is trying to do that with this tower to emphasize it, because I think once you reach like double digit, or I forgot exactly, there's like a bonus you get if you have a certain amount of towers completely connected, meaning even though let's say I had this here and then I had this A3 tower, which technically would not be connected to the rest of my tower, I would still get a point for it, but it's not considered connected, so I don't get that bonus if I were to achieve a certain amount of nodes or towers I need in order to get that bonus. I can't remember it off the bat. That's another thing to consider. But looking forward to tomorrow. We're probably going to just really try and hold put and maybe push out these guys here, because if we push these guys out here and get rid of these towers, I believe they get a bonus because they're also connected to this tower. Now that's another thing that we're going to try to probably get rid of, because they have two towers connected right here. You see this A3 all the way to C1. They have all these connected, so we're probably going to try and cut these off either by taking care of A7 or going for this whole thing here, or just going straight for this little block here and just taking it over that way and pushing out A7, because you don't want them to win, you don't want them to be connected, and it just makes things faster. Obviously get more points that way. So I think for now that's kind of our mindset, and I think I'm just going to do this a weekly series where I'm going to call it like Club Conquest in Review, or This Week in Club Conquest basically, and just see week by week what it looks like and how our teams are doing and different tactics and stuff like that. At this point it's pretty much a guaranteed win. I wouldn't be too cocky, but at the rate we're going, and plus we have teams in the UK, or team members in the UK who are pretty strong, who can, who are available for the battle as well, with different time zones. So we're looking at this. Yeah, it's pretty much, in my opinion, a guaranteed win. So I'll come back in the morning, at least morning for me, when the battle starts again, and we will see where our teams are at and how they're doing. And this even might be done Tuesday, and hopefully probably up by Wednesday, so that next week's Club Conquest, you guys can have a good idea of what to think about, what to consider through this series. Hope it helps you guys of what to do during Club Conquest. So with that said, I will see you guys in the next part of this video. Alright guys, so we're back this morning. Started a little late, had a hard time sleeping last night. But anyways, let's see how Conquest is going today. So we have pretty much secured the win, in my opinion. We only need about, what is that, 14,000, less than 14,000 more points, and we've pretty much captured the points that we need. And it doesn't seem like they're starting to go after this left flank, as I said, but it looks like they're going for the more weaker points, which is understandable because at this point in the game, probably exhausted. Like I said in the previous parts of this video, you probably exhausted your main teams, and just like here, they went for the weaker tower points, because again, I think my team, my club probably has between like a 1.5 million total summoner score, maybe at best. So I checked like our main team, and if you go to dsa.fan.com, I think that's the link exactly, dsa.fan, you can see the top 100 teams, and our feeder team is up there. They're at like 4 million, and their lowest summoner score person is like, our player is like 50,000 something, and their highest score is like 250,000. So we're like, the median score of our team is around like 45,000, so we don't even make like their lowest player. So with that said, like, we're probably like a 1.5 million team maybe at best, and with that, you're not gonna have too many 2,000 teams. That's what we're looking at. I estimate we're gonna need about 10 hours to win, so we're not even gonna make like the time here. Probably around, I live on the west coast of the U.S., so probably around like 7 o'clock or like 8 o'clock. We're going to be done, I think, because that's usually the time we finish. Let me calculate. If we were to keep these points, we need, let's see, we need 45,000 minus 31,298. Leaves us with 13,000 points to get, and 13,702, and times 31 times 60, because that's your hourly rate pretty much. Get 1860. So 13,702 divided by 1860. Yeah, like I said, we'll be done in about 7 hours. I think I said 10 hours, but 7 hours, 7.5 hours. So right now it's 10:30 in the morning. I said I started earlier start this morning on accident. So that leaves what, like 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 36. So about 6 o'clock. If we continue at this path and they don't take any points from us, we should be done relatively around like 6:37. So I was right, around 7, 8 o'clock. So around 7, yeah, around 7 o'clock we should be done. And I'll probably come back around that time, unless something like really big develops within that time frame, which I don't think is going to. I'll keep you guys posted. But looks like it's gonna be a pretty sweet victory, pretty easy victory, because like and I'll do like my recap at the end, because this team was very aggressive. Anyways, I'll see you guys at the end, in the last segment of this video. So like I said, if anything pretty interesting happened, I would like hop on again, and in like the last like hour or two, since Conquest, I've been watching Conquest, we were actually able to capture this entire area here. So remember, this area was not captured earlier, so really happy with that. And it looks like, at least I'm on the west coast, so it looks like the game will be over in more or less, I would say 5 hours ish, because I calculated we only need about 10,000 more points. And yeah, so right now it's 12:20 in the afternoon where I'm at. Need about 10,000, and if you keep 35 points a minute, it's about 2,100 points an hour. So we're going to need roughly 5 hours. But actually no, it's about 4.5 hours roughly we're gonna need. So in about, let's see, so 12, 1, 2, 3, 4. So yeah, about 5 o'clock we should be done. 5 o'clock we should be done. And I'll show you guys the closeout of what it looks like. I'll open my rewards recorded and everything like that, and we'll close out this video. I'm not exactly sure how long this video is going to be. It's probably going to be longer because it's the first video I'm done, but I plan to do this series every week for as long as I can, keep putting out there just to show you what the Club Conquest looks like and stuff. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this, and we'll see you guys probably at the end of the Conquest, because I don't think there's going to be anything major interesting going to happen anytime soon. So that said, I'll see you guys at the end of Conquest, and we'll see what the final tallies are and everything like that. Alright guys, so we are back, and as you can see, we did complete it. We took first place, and we were actually able to capture these points over here. We were maxing out like 35 points a minute, which is pretty good. We were actually able to capture this point, and we put, I can't see who was there anymore. I got a little bit past the end. It ended at about the time I told you, which was about 5 p.m. West Coast time on Monday. So like I said, I've never gone past that I've never gone past Monday, or at least this day 2 of Club Conquest. But looking at this retrospectively and what exactly happened, this green team, C team, I mean, they weren't weak whatsoever. They're pretty powerful. I think they just, bit off more than they can chew. In the beginning, they just went really fast and aggressive, and they weren't able to defend their points, or their team just wasn't together. Or the players who were together and had a strategy already used all their teams, and by the time it was over, they had no one to, come back and really fight back. And this red team, there's not much to say about them. They just weren't ready, and they didn't have much together. So let's just open the rewards, because that's pretty much all we have left to do. And I think I'll have maybe some last words about how this all works. Let's choose this one. I like doing the aesthetically pleasing type of stuff. But okay, good. We unlocked Jack. We got more Captain Hook tokens. We need that for the Moana thing. We got 8 more tokens for Captain, what's his name? No, Davy Jones. So we got 8 more. So within 4 weeks, so I guess every week you get 4 of those. You get 6,000 club coins. You get 150 coins, gold coins. You get 30 alpha ruins, 10 beta ruins, 3 gamma ruins. So I kind of wish this was like maybe, me personally, I wish this was like 50, and this was like 100 or something, or maybe 150. Maybe this could, yeah, 50, 150, and maybe like 10, because really it's not hard to get Club Conquest, to win it, but to actually, be awarded this stuff when you win, I wish there was a little more. And these, nice if, Davy Jones 8 shards is not bad. And maybe they bumped it up maybe to like, I don't know, 10, 12, something like that. I'd be a little happier with that. And maybe bump these guys up to like maybe 5, that'd be good. This, maybe give us 2. The potions, I don't really don't really care about them. The club coins, maybe bump up 10,000 for first placers, and this maybe bump it up to 200,000 or 250,000. I think that would really be good. If they doubled everything at least, that would be really awesome. But that's what you get every week, pretty much. Even first place. I'm not sure what second and third place, because I've never had that. I've never gotten first, second, and third place. I've only been doing this 4 weeks, and we've won pretty much we've won every time first place. So I've never experienced anything less than that. But yeah, this is pretty much end of this video, at least for like that type of strategy. But I must say, like, if you're gonna do Club Conquest, I think some of the things tips I would give you is, one, you're gonna need a team of 50. Like, if your club does not have 50, or at least like, from 45 to 50, you're gonna really struggle. And if you do have those numbers like 45 to 50, but only like, let's say 30 or 35 are active, you're still gonna struggle. You have to have 45 to 50 full-time, not full-time, but like active members, meaning they check in at least once a day. They're playing. They set their defenses, their strong defenses and stuff like that. Because if not, you're gonna really struggle. And they do a pretty good job like matchmaking, like the sorcerer levels and stuff like that. Sorcerer scores. They kind of make it even. They take the cumulative sorcerer score and put those teams together. But besides that, yeah, you're gonna need to have those things in check. You're gonna have to have your people active. And if you don't have Discord and you're trying to do Club Conquest, and you don't use Discord, you're doing it wrong. I mean, that's all I can say. Like, you're doing yourself a disservice, because you can kind of get lost in like the club chat and stuff, because there's a lot of things that go in there. So you're really gonna need Discord, in my honest opinion. If you know Discord or some type of other way of messaging, it's gonna be a struggle for sure. But if you do have that, there's many ways you can do it. You can have like leaders disperse information, like, hey, on Sunday or Saturday, whatever day it is that you do the matchups, like, okay, these are the teams we are, this is their strengths, this is their weaknesses, it looks like, and boom, that's what you do. Let's go after this team. We'll take over these 3 towers first, or these several towers first, and just do it in batches, so you do it more efficiently. And that's one way that leaders can really lead their team, give them good directions, and then also let the leaders put out the defenses. But if the leaders are like saying like, oh, me can't do it today, give it to someone else's responsibility to do it, who's accountable, if you really take this seriously. But this is only for those who take it seriously, for sure, of course, if you're taking for Club Conquest. But I think that's pretty much it for this week. Let's see, so we will have the next batch coming in on Saturday. We'll see the next round of teams. But until then, this video will be coming on Tuesday. So come Tuesday, hope you guys enjoy this and understand the strategies of what's going on in my mind, and see the development of how the game runs. And I'll see you guys next time. Make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that. And yeah, that's pretty much it. See ya.